offside. Again, he should have timed his run a lot better to Azpilicueta for a player of experience. Mancity take the free kick short, Stones out to Cancelo. Plays that back to Aymeric Laporte. Now Laporte has Lukaku just by him. Is that forward to Rodri first time? Plays that back to Stones. Stones finds Walker in a bit of space to run forward into. Now he's up against Alonso. Plays that inside Walker into the centre of Chelsea's half, and N'Golo Kante's there to intercept. Pulisic falls back to from De Bruyne. Plays that to Rudiger. Now it's Thiago Silva to Malang Sarr. Sarr with a long left-footed ball forward, searching for Lukaku. But Aymeric Laporte gets across, heads it down to John Stone just in front of him. Stones inside into centre to Rodri. Now it's Cancelo occupying a left inside position. Back into the feet of Rodri. 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone at the Etihad. Goal between Man City and Chelsea. Again, it's going to be a pretty cautious start. But earlier on, there was a long ball already looking for Sterling. Man City trying that again from Laporte to Grealish. Oh, and Kepa's hit that off. I think that was Cesar Azpilicueta just racing beside Jack Grealish, and Kepa made a bit of a mess of that, hitting that off his own teammate. And it was a long ball forward from Aymeric Laporte, played that over the top of Azpilicueta, and it looks like it was Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta and Grealish running side by side. Kepa had to come out of his area. He did hit that off Azpilicueta, hit his left hand in the end, so that will be a Man City corner on the left-hand side. Actually ends up hitting his chest, I beg your pardon. It was a sore one to take though. Kepa cleared that with a lot of power, and Kepa would be mighty relieved that went out of play and not in the centre of his goal. But Kepa did have to take that risk, to be fair to him. And Man City have a corner on the left-hand side. With De Bruyne whips in, that's a simple catch for Kepa. He's got a big task of deputising for Edouard Mendy. Of course, Mendy really grown into his own at Chelsea, but another chance that Kepa has had. Very mixed time at Chelsea. He was their record goalkeeper signing, and he was the most expensive goalkeeper in the world. So there's big pressure when Kepa came to Chelsea, but another chance to prove himself. Antonio Rudiger with a long ball from the right side to Alonso, heads it inside, and Stones clears back into Chelsea half, and then Malang Sarr gets it for Sterling, plays it into Alonso. Now is Hakim Ziyech, shrugs off Raheem Sterling. De Bruyne trying to get across, put a tackle in, but Mateo Kovacic does well now to collect the ball and play that out to Cesar Azpilicueta. Now it's Mateo Kovacic through the middle to Lukaku, plays that first time to his left. That's a very slap pass from Raheem Sterling, gets the ball for Marcos Alonso. Here's Bernardo Silva out to the right side to Kyle Walker. Over halfway inside their own half. Now here's John Stones. Clips that out to João Cancelo in space, but Cesar Azpilicueta is going to get there first on halfway line to play that into Pulisic. Azpilicueta keeps in play, but then Rodri heads that down into Phil Foden. Now here's John Stones to Kyle Walker. Walker shifts that onto his right foot, and with that foot plays a short full pass to Phil Foden. Good balance to quickly get away and turn his back on Mateo Kovacic to play that out to João Cancelo. Now Man City were in the Chelsea half, just inside it on the left, but then Jack Grealish opts to go back to Aymeric Laporte. John Stones in the centre circle, now over halfway. Plays that to his right to Kyle Walker. Walker sends it down line towards the runner Phil Foden, who almost got to the ball before Thiago Silva. Silva just got his left toe to it first, just to poke that out of play. Will be a throw to the hosts, Kyle Walker to take. Throws that back to John Stones. Now is Aymeric Laporte in the centre circle. Pass inside his left foot to João Cancelo. Back heels that to Kevin De Bruyne. Patient play from Man City. Chelsea in a solid defensive shape. Just dropping back a bit more now than they were in the first few minutes of this match. Just over 6 minutes in here. The Etihad goal so far, team Man City and Chelsea. Crucial top of the table clash. Sterling gets around Marcos Alonso, and Alonso brings him down. First real danger moment for Chelsea to deal with. And Marcos Alonso is beat of a pace there from Raheem Sterling. And Sterling holding his left ankle certainly burst past Marcos Alonso, and Alonso did kick out of him. It was on the back of his right ankle, Raheem Sterling, and it was a nice one there for Marcos Alonso. Not a red card to be fair, but he's been given a yellow card pretty quickly, and that's also his 5th booking of the season. So he will miss Chelsea's next Premier League encounter, which is at Brighton in the midweek. Very tough game for Chelsea. Actually drew 1-1 to Brighton quite recently. So I know that one's a tough one, but be desperate to get something out of this to take it into the Brighton game. So it's Kevin De Bruyne on the right hand side to whip in the free kick, headed away from Malang Sarr. In the centre Chelsea's half, it drops to Aymeric Laporte to head that back into the feet of Kyle Walker. Man City going to try and advance back to the Chelsea half again. Phil Foden plays that back to Laporte. Jack Cancelo wants to receive it off Laporte, and Laporte displays short passes left to Cancelo. Good pressure from Pulisic, forces Cancelo to play it back to Laporte. Here's Cancelo, now receives it from Laporte, a bit more advanced position, but he goes back to Laporte again. Really good pressing this from Chelsea. They look at a really good tight unit at the moment. Man City is struggling to play through them. It's always got to be balls over the top. Now Stones plays that beyond Hakim Ziyech towards Raheem Sterling, but Kovacic gets across and makes the tackle on Sterling. Now plays that forward to Ziyech on the left-hand side. Ziyech back to Kovacic. Really good defensive play there from Kovacic, linking up with Hakim Ziyech. Kovacic goes back to Thiago Silva inside his own penalty area. Now is Kepa. Kepa under pressure from Phil Foden. Needs to get that out of the penalty area. He does. Plays that to Rudiger. Good play this from Chelsea despite being under pressure. Azpilicueta into N'Golo Kante. Now is Rudiger under pressure from Grealish. Kante plays that first time. Reaches the chest at Azpilicueta. Lays that back to Rudiger. Controls that on his right knee. And plays a long clearance which is headed down with Bernardo Silva. Jots to Marcos Alonso. Centre of his own half. Back kills that into Kovacic. Now Chelsea can possibly counter. Christian Pulisic runs from the centre circle. He's in the centre of the Man City half. Just inside it. Plays that back to N'Golo Kante. Plays that across the centre circle inside Man City's half to Mateo Kovacic. Now Malang Sarr into the feet of Marcos Alonso. Back into the Chelsea half from Alonso to Sarr again. Here's Thiago Silva. Phil Foden just lurking in behind. Sarr and Silva combined. Silva being pressed from Kevin De Bruyne. Silva goes to his right to Rudiger. Here is Chelsea on the ball. Saves that Azpilicueta. Plays that into the feet of Romelu Lukaku. Against his former Everton teammate John Stones. Lukaku outmuscles him. Now Lukaku's passing through on goal. Plays to his right to Ziyech. And Ziyech was on the stretch and couldn't get a shot on goal. Flags up against Hakim Ziyech anyway, so if he turned it in, it wouldn't have been a goal. Great play though for Romelu Lukaku against John Stones. Had too much strength for him. It was the pass Azpilicueta into Lukaku, and Lukaku just barged into John Stones, got in front of him, outmuscled him, and Lukaku played a pass in between Walker and Laporte, but Ziyech was offside. He didn't turn it in anyway. The pass was just slightly far too in front of him, but that was a really good counter-attacking move from Chelsea. And Romelu Lukaku, the heartbeat of it, that's what Thomas Tuchel wants to see from him. Lukaku now knows he needs to knuckle down and really turn his season at Chelsea around. It's had injuries, it's had controversial comments, but this is a big chance today in such a battle like this to really prove himself again to the Chelsea fans. Ball's now back with Kepa. Man City made a free kick quickly, and Malang Sarr sends a long ball forward too far behind Hakim Ziyech. Malang Sarr does apologise to Ziyech. He knows that that was a poor ball forward. Again, I said about opportunities for the likes of Kepa and Romelu Lukaku to prove himself again, but Malang Sarr being in the Chelsea defence, another big opportunity for him to make a name for himself. Obviously, he was a high-profile signing, but he was loaned back to Rennes, but Malang Sarr obviously back at Chelsea to try and get in this first team, and huge opportunity for him with the defensive injuries that Chelsea do have. Laporte plays that over halfway to De Bruyne. Now Cancelo sends it down left-hand channel for Grealish. Taking on Rudiger. Grealish still ball on his left foot going towards the byline. Grealish gets Rudiger, and Grealish just got the ball stopped behind him. Didn't help that Rudiger was defending superbly. Was right by Grealish's side, didn't give him a moment's space. And he had just outmuscled Grealish, and Grealish just lost his balance. Ball was behind him, trickled out of play, and Kepa plays it short to Malang Sarr. Alonso under pressure from Walker. Now Alonso sends that towards the right-hand side over the head of Christian Pulisic, who was well marshalled by João Cancelo, and Aymeric Laporte plays that back to Ederson, just on the outside of his area. Plays that shortly inside his left foot to John Stones. Stones now has Laporte in space to his left and does go for his central defensive partner. Laporte, what's he going to do with this? Just goes back into the feet of John Stones. More patient play between the Man City centre-backs. Again, they link up once more. Laporte now into Cancelo over halfway. Cancelo flips over the top of Rudiger. De Bruyne left at the penalty area. De Bruyne can get ball and keeps in play. Plays at the outside of his right foot into the centre penalty area, and it's cleared very powerfully. The right foot of Marcos Alonso to safety, but can Man City get it back towards the Chelsea penalty area? Rodri works into Walker. Now Bernardo Silva in the right inside position, out to Raheem Sterling. Sterling gets Alonso. Sterling sends Alonso the wrong way. Sterling to the byline. Sterling gets a cross in. Almost reached Jack Grealish. Flicked away from Cesar Azpilicueta at the back post. Only as far as João Cancelo. Taking on Pulisic. Cancelo on his left foot. Deflects off Azpilicueta. Kepa catched it, but he catched it when the ball went out of play. And that'll be a Man City corner kick on left-hand side. Great work again for Raheem Sterling against Marcos Alonso. That's a battle that Man City seem to keep on winning. Sterling against Alonso on Man City's right-hand side. And Pep Guardiola will be very encouraged by the way that's going. And Raheem Sterling receives a short corner for Kevin De Bruyne. And Sterling sends it across towards John Stones. Stones just header straight at Kepa. Really intelligent short corner for Man City. Chelsea weren't prepared for it. Quickly taken from De Bruyne into Sterling. And then Sterling putting a dangerous right foot across. Beautifully floated towards John Stones. Rosebud Marcos Alonso at the back post. Headed it straight at Kepa. It says what Azpilicueta inside to Mateo Kovacic. Plays it first line to N'Golo Kante. Flown play this from Chelsea. Hakim Ziyech towards Romelu Lukaku. And the pass was too heavy. And it's happened again where a pass has been too heavy in that combination between Ziyech and Lukaku. This time Lukaku was the receiver. And Thomas Tuchel jumps up and throws his fist in frustration. He knew that should have been a much better pass from Hakim Ziyech towards Romelu Lukaku. But again, encouraging signs for Chelsea on the counter-attack. Certainly when you compare the last Premier League game when they met Stamford Bridge, Chelsea already looked more threatening. It was such a poor performance of Thomas Tuchel's men. At the same time, it was a masterclass from Manchester City as well that day. Got to give them credit, but I think Chelsea expected better themselves. And Phil Foden dispossessed from Mateo Kovacic, but being given as a Man City free kick. Referee says that Kovacic got more of Phil Foden than the ball. Good touch from Phil Foden. In fact, did Kovacic get any of the ball? He did actually, to be fair, but caught Foden first, so I can understand why the referee's getting that free kick. And it's taken short from Man City towards the right side to Kyle Walker. Here's John Stones towards Bernardo Silva. Plays that back first time to John Stones, just inside his own half. Here's Aymeric Laporte, just on the edge of the centre circle. Now over halfway, the diagonal full pass to the left to João Cancelo. Cancelo pressed very well from Christian Pulisic. Now here's John Stones, advances it just into the Chelsea half. Here's Bernardo Silva out on the right-hand side, has Kyle Walker just in behind him. But Bernardo Silva ignores Walker and goes back to Rodri. Plays that across to Aymeric Laporte to receive that in a good bit of space. Now into Cancelo. Cancelo out to Grealish. Grealish in line with the penalty area. Grealish on the edge of it. Right foot pass back to Cancelo. Man City working this nicely. Now in the left centre is Rodri. Here's John Stones. Heavy touch with his left foot. Manages to play it out to the right-hand side to Bernardo Silva. Just under halfway inside the Chelsea half. Back to Kyle Walker. And good pressing this from Ziyech. Forcing Walker to play it back to Stones. Now Stones being followed from Lukaku. Stones plays that across to Aymeric Laporte. Just over 50 minutes gone at the Etihad. Goal to Man City and Chelsea. It has been most possession for Man City, and they've had a header from John Stones just a moment ago straight at Kepa. But overall, Chelsea have had a couple of dangerous counter-attacks, especially attempted link-up play between Romelu Lukaku and Hakim Ziyech at times. So that will encourage Thomas Tuchel. Here's Kyle Walker into Raheem Sterling. Now he's had the better of Marcos Alonso on 2 occasions so far in the first 60 minutes of this match. Walker into Foden. Foden heavy touch, but just manages to poke it into Raheem Sterling. Now Sterling driving past Marcos Alonso. He's in the penalty area. What a challenge there from Malang Sarr. He had to time that to perfection. Sterling was running at a ferocious pace, and Sarr just got across in time to get his left foot on the ball. That was a perfectly timed challenge from the Chelsea left-sided centre-back. Really well done there from Malang Sarr. Man City with their 3rd corner of this match, and it will be taken by Phil Foden on the right-hand side. Foden's corner is the first corner on the right-hand side for Man City this match, and it was a very poor one for Phil Foden, straight out of play. And Chelsea will be glad to see that corner executed like that. Phil Foden will certainly expect better himself. Should have really been a better delivery there from Phil Foden, but very much overhit. But Thomas Tuchel, again, we'll be thinking about that counter-attack there a moment ago. They've got to be better on those counter-attacks against Man City. They were doing so well in the transition, Chelsea, and Thomas Tuchel will know it's that final ball a moment ago from Hakim Ziyech to Romelu Lukaku. Had to be better. Lukaku was away from John Stones. Pass just had to be a lot better. Kepa with the goal kick towards the left-hand side. It's Alonso jostling with Kyle Walker. and it bounces out of play for Man City throw. Good defend there from Kyle Walker. Marcos Alonso was never winning that battle. Walker always had the better of him and just wanted to stop Marcos Alonso from jumping in. That's exactly what happened. And Man City take the throw in from Walker to Stones. Walker wants it back. He does. Walker just inside Chelsea half. Now just moves back into his own half. Press smacking Ziyech. Here's John Stones. And Stones just plays it safe. Plays it into the feet of Edison. Goes out to João Cancelo. Cancelo has Rodri calling for it inside, and that's exactly what he does. Rodri press from N'Golo Kante. Really good pass there from the right foot. Rodri out to Kyle Walker, who advances into the Chelsea half. Ziyech trying to get it off him, and Ziyech just pulled there on Kyle Walker's shirt, but the foul was committed first from Kyle Walker, and that is a Chelsea free kick. Walker with a heavy touch, and Ziyech just got off him. In fact, Ziyech had his hand on Kyle Walker, and Ziyech fell to the ground. It's been given as a Chelsea free kick. Certainly Ziyech should have his hand on Walker though, but Chelsea play a free kick short. Back to Malang Sarr. Now Alonso forward to Lukaku, flicks that towards Pulisic, and Laporte plays that into Walker, and it's back now with Edison. And it's a missed opportunity there for Chelsea to quickly get forward. Now Bernardo Silva with his left foot whips out for Phil Foden's chase. Malang Sarr gets there first and plays out the inside of his left foot back into the feet of Kepa. Foden pressing on Kepa. And that's a long clearance there from the Chelsea goalkeeper out to Chelsea's right hand side, inside Man City's half. Picked up from Aymeric Laporte. And here's Edison. Man City can build from the back again. Rodri into Phil Foden. First time pass the inside his left foot to João Cancelo. Ball into Jack Grealish. Moves inside. Still just inside Chelsea's half. Now Rodri plays it back to the centre circle. John Stones now right of centre, just inside the Chelsea half, plays it to Walker, back to Stones again. Good pressing this from Lukaku on Stones, and Stones has to go back to Edison. Frustrating start on the whole for Man City. We've had some decent attacks, but Chelsea have forced Man City to pass backwards a lot, and with Chelsea's defensive line, they're doing really well at that so far. They've got certainly a good threat out and about in Chelsea as well, with Ziyech and Pulisic just in behind Lukaku. They can certainly cause some damage if they can get the defensive side right, which they are doing so far. It was a good pass there from Cancelo into the feet of Foden. Now Jack Grealish taking on Rudiger. Grealish surrounded by Kante and Rudiger. Grealish back kills it, picked up from Rudiger ahead of Cancelo, and Cancelo pulls the back of Antonio Rudiger's shirt. 20 minutes in here at the Etihad, and Chelsea done really well so far. It's goalless, and it's a disciplined performance from Chelsea. Got that little threat on the counter-attack, so Thomas Tuchel will be extremely encouraged, and he knows that this Chelsea side's more than capable of beating Man City. Especially under Thomas Tuchel, they showed it on many occasions already under the German manager. Champions League final, of course, I mentioned. Also in the league, with that 2-1 victory at the Etihad. Long free kick from Kepa towards Lukaku, headed away from Laporte, now picked up in the centre circle from Phil Foden. Foden moves towards the right hand side, and good strength there from Kovacic, and gets it off Foden. Now Kovacic plays ball the outside his right foot to Pulisic. That's a heavy cross in the end from left hand side, and intercepted from John Stones. And now Cancelo plays that forward towards Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne on the left against N'Golo Kante. De Bruyne just has space to play that inside to Rodri. Chelsea sitting back once more. Rodri out to the right hand side to Bernardo. Bernardo Silva just moves that on his left foot. Plays it back to Rodri. Rodri high cross towards the back post. Comes to the back of Jack Grealish's head. Kick stays alive. Gets there on that loose bounce for Rudiger. Plays that into Sterling. Left edge of the area. Back to Cancelo. Falling to Sterling again. Has Grealish close by, but not enough space. Here's Cancelo once more. Now John Stones. Right foot pass into the feet of Kyle Walker, who's in the right inside channel. Back to De Bruyne. First time pass to Rodri. Centre of Chelsea's half. Here's Kyle Walker again. Bernardo Silva just in front of him, but he goes slightly forward into Rodri, just in between Ziyech and Kante. Kante moves a bit further back. Here's Walker on the ball into Rodri again. Chelsea once more moving to tight defensive shape. Now Grealish goes into the centre to play that out to Bernardo Silva. Silva on his left foot. Plays it through the legs of Malang Sarr. Just too far in front of Raheem Sterling. Good idea there from Bernardo Silva. Finally, the first real threatening moment from Bernardo Silva. Raheem Sterling, to be honest, has been Man City's main threat so far. Bernardo Silva almost set up Sterling there. Good intelligent pass, not met Malang Sarr, but the pass just too far in front of Raheem Sterling. Antonio Rudiger clears that off the back of Jack Grealish from Azpilicueta's backwards pass. It goes back into the hands of Kepa. Here's Malang Sarr into the feet of Marcos Alonso, just in front of his manager Thomas Tuchel to pick up that ball. Play that back to Malang Sarr. Just a crossfield pass from Sarr across the back line to Rudiger. Long pass searching for Lukaku. Too far in front of Lukaku. And Ederson quickly throws out to Rodri. It's Bernardo Silva. Plays out the outside of his left foot back to Kyle Walker. Now crossing to Laporte. Now Cancelo. Really good pass to Cancelo on the outside of Rudiger to Grealish now. Grealish taking on Rudiger, plays that forward to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's crossed too far in front of Phil Foden, straight to hand to Kepa. That was much more like the flowing Man City play we're used to watching. Cancelo just moved it inside on his right foot. The space opened up as Azpilicueta pressed too high. And there was Grealish, one-on-one Rudiger. Played that into just in front of him, left of the penalty area to De Bruyne. His cross straight into the hand to Kepa though. Man City lose possession, Chelsea lose possession through Lukaku. And picked up from João Cancelo. Ball just inside the Man City half with Aymeric Laporte on it. Laporte now plays that across the face of Pulisic to Cancelo. Here is Kyle Walker, ball on his right foot. Good first time pass there from Foden into Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva just inside the box now, plays that on the right edge to Raheem Sterling, taking on Kovacic and Alonso. Sterling plays that back to Rodri. Kovacic gets across, Rodri's cross towards Grealish at the back post. Couldn't be headed away fast to Quetta, and Cancelo's ball into the 6-yard box, cleared by Antonio Rudiger. He's on the ground looking helpless, did really well there, Rudiger, and De Bruyne dispossesses Kante. Ball rolls out of play though for a Chelsea throw. And Man City now, in this last couple of minutes, are beginning to get more dangerous. Cross towards Jack Grealish for the testing one. And Quetta might give him a little nudge. Let's have a look. I think they both just went up the header, to be fair. It's certainly not a penalty at all. And yeah, it was fair. Both went up together and just missed the pair of them. And Azpilicueta now takes a throw. Headed from Cancelo inside towards Ziyech. He was caught late on his right heel from Bernardo Silva. 25 minutes gone here at the Etihad. Goalless team Man City and Chelsea. Man City pressing though a lot more again. A couple of dangerous moments recently. The De Bruyne's cross into the box was caught from Kepa. It was a dangerous counter-attacking move. And just a moment though, that cross towards Jack Grealish. Certainly a dangerous looking one. Man City had the ball back with Raheem Sterling. Now Rodri in the centre of Chelsea yard. De Bruyne first time caught late from Malang Sarr. Play on though for Man City. They're on the right of the penalty area. Bernardo Silva into Raheem Sterling. De Bruyne back up on his feet. Sterling trying to hold off Marcos Alonso, does really well. Sterling spins away from Alonso's pass, intercept from Malang Sarr, who made that poor challenge on De Bruyne a moment ago, and Sarr just about clears it away for a Man City throw-in. But again, now Man City starts getting the ball into the box. Just a moment ago, they had it in the right of the penalty area. Good defending though from Malang Sarr again. Again, made up for just that poor challenge on De Bruyne a moment ago, but it was play on. Walker takes the throw and Sterling loses it against Alonso. Now Kante plays that forward to Lukaku and Stones just gets it off his left foot back into Aymeric Laporte. Here's Ederson now just standing in line with the penalty spot. Here's John Stones. Kyle Walker calling for it. Now he has Rodri just beside Lukaku who wants it. But Stones goes for Laporte. And Chelsea, they know they have to pick and choose their moments carefully when to press. Man City starting to get foothold now in this contest. They're in real deep search for that opening goal this match. Kyle Walker back to John Stones. Again, Kante now pressing higher up with Pulisic and Lukaku. Really good shape this in Chelsea again. Press high for the moment. Let's see if it can last. De Bruyne into Aymeric Laporte. And Laporte has Cancelo, who's trying to get in space. Here's De Bruyne. Left-hand side of his own half. Back to Laporte. Again, it's going to have to be another patient passage of play for Man City to try and advance deep into the Chelsea half. Bernardo Silva pressing Hakim Ziyech and Lukaku just in front of him as well. Bernardo Silva does well just to get away from Ziyech and plays that out to De Bruyne. Gets the ball stuck on his foot. That's a rare sentence to say. And now Here's Azpilicueta into Christian Pulisic. Right, the penalty area, tries to cut it back for Azpilicueta. Intercepted from Cancelo, drops to Azpilicueta in front of Grealish. And the flag is up against Chelsea. That was really poor play from De Bruyne. And Chelsea were sprinted forward on the counter-attack. And it was Christian Pulisic offside when Azpilicueta played that towards him. Just here's a sigh from Christian Pulisic. So frustrated with himself. It's John Stones into Aymeric Laporte. Switched onto his right foot. Good pass from the inside of his right foot to João Cancelo. Cancelo over halfway. And Cancelo overhits a pass down the left-hand flank towards Jack Grealish. Yeah, Jack Grealish has mainly played on the left-hand side, but it was a little dangerous moment around about 5 minutes ago where he really got involved by joining the centre to link up the play, and that could be something that Jack Grealish does more as this contest goes on. So far, it's been a good job from Chelsea. I think a point wouldn't be too bad for them, but obviously to realistically stay in the title race, I think they'll be eyeing up a win. Such a big gap Man City created. You just think, when will Man City maybe drop off? But the standards are just ridiculous under Pep Guardiola, who never let them drop. And that's the reason why Man City are 10 points clear Chelsea going into this game. Can they extend it to 13? It'll be a tough job, the way this game's going for Man City today, to break down the Chelsea side. Here's N'Golo Kante, pressured by Phil Foden, plays it back to Malang Sarr, overhits that left foot pass towards Hakim Ziyech, who was always chasing the ball. Ziyech wanted the ball played into his feet. And again, I'm not sure who Thomas Tuchel was angry at though. Malang Sarr for the pass, Hakim Ziyech for maybe poor movement. He maybe actually thought Malang Sarr did the right thing. Ziyech just should have been standing in that position. Thomas Tuchel was certainly angry at one of those players, that's for sure. Here's Aymeric Laporte to João Cancelo. De Bruyne just in front of him. De Bruyne plays it back first time. Here's De Bruyne on the ball again. Now, Jack Grealish. Right foot pass to Rodri. Left centre of the Chelsea half. Diagonal pass to Raheem Sterling. Gets under control. Alonso gets his body across though and gets the ball back off Sterling. Here's Malang Sarr. Chase down for Bernardo Silva. Sarr clears. It's only as far as John Stones, just inside the Chelsea half. Stones plays that across just over the halfway line to Aymeric Laporte. Here's Jack Grealish. Short pass inside for Cancelo. Grealish looking to spin away from Pulisic. Does that well. And plays that short to Walker to his right. Sterling just in behind Kyle Walker. Here's Rodri. Right centre of Chelsea's half. Rodri tackled there from Kovacic. And that was really good defending there from Mateo Kovacic. Pinched the ball off Rodri. And Rodri clearly did just pull his shirt. And Rodri just did that in frustration, really. Couldn't believe that he lost the ball. It was 50 minutes to go till half time this first half. Still goalless at the Etihad. Chelsea haven't really tested Ederson, but I'm certain that there will be a moment to come for Chelsea. They've had a couple of dangerous counter-attacks, and with the quality that Chelsea can have on the transitions, again, I think the lineup for Thomas Tuchel is a very smart one. Again, he knows Lukaku, that focal point up there with Pulisic and Ziyech just in behind, could work a treat. Alonso with the throw to Kante. Grealish out-muscles N'Golo Kante, and then Bernardo Silva picks up the ball. Bernardo Silva caught from behind there from Mateo Kovacic, and that is a yellow card shown in a flash towards Kovacic. You could see he certainly did hack out at the back of Bernardo Silva, and Craig Pawson did not hesitate to show the Croatian midfielder a yellow card. It was a desperate chance from Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva was gliding away from him. It's Mateo Kovacic's third booking of the season, and he's given away a free kick in a dangerous position, right of centre for Kevin De Bruyne by looks fit to take. Phil Foden fancies his chances as well. So it will be interesting to see who's going to be taking this delivery, De Bruyne or Foden. Chelsea just organising the back line. Foden steps over the ball. De Bruyne, unsurprisingly, dinks in towards the back post. Cleared behind for corner kick from Marcos Alonso. Just got there in front of Aymeric Laporte. I think Alonso's appealing that was maybe a push from Laporte on him. Nothing's going to be given in his favour, so it will be a Man City corner on the left-hand side. There was a hand, to be fair, on the back of Alonso from Laporte, but I think Craig Pawson spotted that. So it will be a corner kick to Man City. taken from Kevin De Bruyne. Right to the centre, almost found that Laporte, but just nicked away from Rudiger. Cancelo heads it back to the centre, penalty area headed away from Malang Sarr. Now is Bernardo Silva, right edge of the 18-yard box. Silva trying to keep his balance up against Ziyech. Was he caught late from Ziyech? The flag is up. And Bernardo Silva complaining that should have been a free kick. The flag was just up for a throw-in, which Chelsea take quickly, just still deep inside their own half. Now Alonso to Ziyech. Pulisic keeps his balance and gets away from De Bruyne. Plays that inside quickly to N'Golo Kante. Turns away from Rodri. Back to Malang Sarr. Is Kante again. Just to Thiago Silva, standing in front of the D. Short right foot pass into Malang Sarr. Malang Sarr played that too far outside of Marcos Alonso. Sarr looked frustrated, but I think that should have been a much better pass from Malang Sarr to defeat Marcos Alonso. Walker throws it back to John Stones. Is Aymeric Laporte now to João Cancelo. Laporte wants it back. Pulisic trying to intercept that Cancelo pass. Laporte does get it. Now is Rodri being chased down for Kovacic, who now presses on John Stones. Here's Kyle Walker, clips it forward and header away from Marcos Alonso. Good header from Alonso, finds the feet of Malang Sarr. And Kante tries to play out forward the outside of his right foot, blocked off from Kevin De Bruyne. Bounces out to Kyle Walker. Mancity had the ball back. Rodri strokes that across to João Cancelo, taking up a left inside position. Now further out on the left hand side, Grealish picks it up, but Rudiger chased him all the way. Forced Grealish to play it back to Cancelo. Now Cancelo advances forwards, and he played that off Azpilicueta. Looks like it has been given as a Man City throw. Cancelo's led to glide forward the ball, so it's good inception there for Azpilicueta. Cancelo takes the throw and links up with Foden. Now Foden gets away for Kante. Kovacic, great bounce to Phil Foden. Foden left the penalty area, plays across, and no one was there to pick it up, apart from Marcos Alonso, who's under pressure of Raheem Sterling. Right of the penalty area, but Sterling just nudges into him. Alonso wins a clever free kick. What play there from Phil Foden. Got away from Pulisic, and then Foden got in between Kante and Kovacic. Rudiger couldn't intercept Foden's cross. The problem for Foden was there was no one running into the centre. Such a well-hit ball. De Bruyne was maybe running there. Then De Bruyne would have been free for a shot on goal, but his closest teammate was Raheem Sterling, who was out on the right side, and Marcos Alonso beats the ball, and then Sterling's conceded a free kick now, which is taken from Kepa. 10 minutes to go to half time at the Etihad. Still goalless in Man City and Chelsea. It's been a good defensive job from Chelsea so far. They haven't faded though attacking wise in this match as it's gone on. So now we'll maybe start to see more of a similar thing than what we saw at Stamford Bridge in the reverse fixture. Walker halfway inside his own half, throws that back to Ederson, just inside his penalty area. Ederson looking to play that outwards left foot, but still on the ball. Ederson now just plays a short ball, forward ball with that foot into Rodri. Here's Laporte, well controlled for Cancelo with his left foot. Now on the opposite foot, plays a beautiful long ball forward for Grealish to chase, but Kepa read that really well and played that with the inside of his right foot, lifted that out of play for a Man City throw on the left hand side. De Bruyne leaves that for João Cancelo to take. Goes that back to Aymeric Laporte. Here's John Stones. Good pressing this from Ziyech on Walker. But Walker does have Bernardo Silva close by. Uses Rodri. We've got him between Ziyech and Pulisic. Played that out to Bernardo Silva. Alonso stayed tight to Bernardo Silva though, and he just goes back to Kyle Walker. Rodri gets away from Ziyech. Kovacic can't make the tackle as the ball's found Bernardo Silva. Now Silva towards Sterling, and Malang Sarr uses his strength to get across. Looks like he has conceded the corner kick though. Let's have another look at it. Sterling did hit that off Malang Sarr. Ball to Carl Sterling last, the ball had already gone out of play, so thought went out of play. Last touch did come off Malang Sarr. Foden takes the corner kick short to De Bruyne. Hits that off Cesar Azpilicueta, and that is a Man City throw-in. So Chelsea well aware of that short corner kick routine. Man City did do that once in his first half, and he got a cross in the box out of it, and Stones headed it straight at Kepa. De Bruyne back to Rodri. And now here's Aymeric Laporte. 8 minutes to go till half time. Still goalless here at the Etihad, team Man City and Chelsea. Cancelo plays out the outside of his right foot back to Jack Grealish. Ball just inside Chelsea's half. Laporte into John Stones, comes out the centre circle, plays out into De Bruyne. in the inside right channel. His forward pass intercepted from Marcos Alonso. De Bruyne keeps in play. Plays that back to Kyle Walker. In fact, when it came off Alonso, the ball had already gone out of play. Or De Bruyne got it, so throwing to Mancity. Walker goes out to Laporte. Here's Stones now. Walker again. Right foot pass, pinpoint through the gap of Silva and Sarr to De Bruyne. De Bruyne to the back post towards Grealish. I thought that was the moment there. Man City, and Rudiger clears it behind for a corner kick. That was a brilliant pass there for Kyle Walker. In fact, the flag has gone up against Ken De Bruyne, was just offside. Dangerous there though from Man City, much better. Good defend though for Rudiger anyway to clear that behind. As Grealish's eyes lit up when De Bruyne found himself in space right of the penalty area. Here's Malang Sarr, looks for Ziyech, headed away from Stones. And as far as Marcos Alonso plays that inside to Kovacic. Back to Malang Sarr. Here's Thiago. Malang Sarr just standing behind it to take it and plays that back with the inside his left foot to Kepa. Here's Malang Sarr again. Left foot pass into Marcos Alonso. Chase down Bernardo Silva. Short pass inside to Kovacic. Force out from De Bruyne. De Bruyne intercepts. Grealish surely going to make this 1-0. Jack Grealish doesn't. I think Kepa just got a little touch on it. That was the golden chance for Man City to break the deadlock. Jack Grealish one-on-one with Kepa. Great pressing there from Bernardo Silva and Marcos Alonso. He played that to Kovacic. Kovacic's pass intercepted from De Bruyne. It drops in the centre for Jack Grealish. Runs through the D into the area, one-on-one with Kepa, and Kepa with his outstretched left leg just managed to get a touch on it. Big chance wasted there from Jack Grealish. Man City have a corner though. Foden's corner headed away at the near post, and Cesar Azpilicueta. Oh, Jack Grealish must be thinking, how did he not make that 1-0 through one-on-one? You thought it was going to be simple fish into the bottom corner. It sums up Jack Grealish's time at Manchester City so far. Still grown into life here in the northwest. Cancelo's pass blocked off from Pulisic, but finds Laporte, gives it to Cancelo, and Pulisic just puts a tackle in and concedes a throw just inside his own half. And Pulisic, when he went in for that tackle, looks like he's hurt himself. Cancelo did really well to keep him in play with his right foot, and Pulisic came crunching in. I think Cancelo accidentally stood on Pulisic's right leg. It was a complete accident though for Cancelo. Didn't see Pulisic running in behind. And Pulisic just getting back up on his feet now. He's certainly feeling the pain. Just under 5 minutes to go of normal time in this first half. Man City do have a throw. Pulisic's tackle on Cancelo. Pulisic is fine now. Cancelo's throw picked up from Jack Grealish, who had a big chance just a moment ago, took Man City 1-0 up. Can City get another chance to break the deadlock for half-time? Walker into Sterling, halfway inside the Chelsea half. Sterling in the centre to Rodri. Pressing Kovacic back to Stones. First time to Laporte. Ball now into Chelsea's half. Aymeric Laporte finds Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne, good dribbling for De Bruyne. Gets away from Pulisic, finds Foden inside. Caught late from Thiago Silva, nothing given for Craig Pawson. And now Chelsea can try and move forward. Kovacic into Pulisic. Pulisic, ball just runs in behind him. Now he turns and picks it up. Drives through the centre circle to play that out to left to Marcos Alonso. Here's Hakim Ziyech. Back to Malang Sarr. Really that momentum Chelsea's attack's gone. But Chelsea still have possession now. They lose it through Marcos Alonso. Get it back through Kovacic. Silva in the centre circle of his own half towards Rudiger. Rudiger, heavy touch. And he's caught Jack Grealish from behind. That was a slap touch there from Antonio Rudiger. And Thomas Tuchel really angry at his side, being slapped in possession. In fact, no, nothing's given. No free kick to Man City. Chelsea just take the throw. And Pulisic loses the ball. Now De Bruyne heads it down to Foden. Foden deflect the ball off Grealish into De Bruyne. So there was no free kick given them from the throw, and Chelsea lose it straight away anyway. And the ball is still Man City now in their own half though. 3 minutes of normal time to go in this first half. Here's Aymeric Laporte. Here's João Cancelo. Now full Foden, just looking for what pass he might make forwards. Foden just standing left of the centre circle in the Chelsea half. Here's John Stones back into the feet of Phil Foden. Foden has space, look out on the left hand side to find João Cancelo. Not the greatest of passes, just behind Cancelo. Cancelo picks it up though and plays it forward into Grealish. Grealish left the penalty area against Rudiger. Grealish plays it back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne goes for a shot, powerful but over the bar. Well worked there from Mancity. Cancelo found Foden's ball. He played that forward into Grealish, and Grealish just played that back to De Bruyne. One touch to get away from N'Golo Kante. De Bruyne was in the left centre of the penalty area. Should have done better with that shot, Kevin De Bruyne. But Man City are getting closer. But Chelsea are heading to half-time with a score they would have wanted. They were certainly taken anyway. They've been goalless. Caused Chelsea, they know, realistically, to really have a big chance to stay in the start race. A win would be invaluable today, but in the circumstances, the fact they haven't had too many chances, Man City have had some golden opportunities recently. Chelsea, they can hold it out for this next minute, half and all time. Plus, if stoppage times added on, then they've done well in this first half. Man City have a throw, and Kyle Walker picks up Phil Foden, stays onside. Silva intercepts Foden's pass though, and then Kovacic picks up the centre circle, caught late from Rodri. That's a free kick to Chelsea. Maybe a chance for Chelsea to get forward. Just a minute and 10 seconds and all time to go in this first half at the Etihad. Goalless team Man City and Chelsea. Free kick taken short from Sarr to Kovacic. Here's Thiago Silva. Long right-footed pass, looking to play it at the top of Cancelo. Almost found the chest of Azpilicueta. Cancelo, the back of his head though, managed to get it out of play. And it's going to be a Chelsea throw. Just over halfway inside the Man City half. On the right side, Cesar Azpilicueta to take. Has Antonio Rudiger just behind him. Kovacic for company as well. Azpilicueta still looking who's going to throw it to. Throws it back to Rudiger. Controls it with his midriff. Now here's Thiago Silva. Foden try and set that Silva pass. Manages to pick up Rudiger. Now is Pulisic. First time to Cesar Azpilicueta. Kovacic now picks out Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech. Links up Pulisic on this right side. Good players from Chelsea. Pulisic in line the penalty area. On the edge of the box. Plays that back in the right centre towards Ziyech. Tries to play across into the box. Blocked off from De Bruyne. Now Rudiger turns away from De Bruyne. And Rudiger pinning for free kick. Nothing given. Now Grealish is there for company to pick up the ball. Drawing forward with it. And Grealish appearing that Rudiger pushing the back. Nothing given. And Chelsea back on the front foot with Hakim Ziyech to Christian Pulisic. Here's Cesar Azpilicueta. Just plays that back. Just behind it to Matej Kovacic. Right centre is N'Golo Kante. Here's Antonio Rudiger. Chelsea just under halfway inside the Man City half. Now here's Thiago Silva just on the halfway line. Picks it up and looks forward. Just has Pulisic close by. Looks at Lukaku intercepted from Laporte. Only sides Malang Sarr. Only a minute of stoppage time in this first half, and Chelsea are moving the ball nicely here, but still in their own half. We've only got 20 seconds now at that minute of stoppage time to go. Here says Azpilicueta into Christian Pulisic. Turns away. Plays out to Lukaku. Back to Pulisic. There one chance here for Chelsea. Looks for Ziyech. Intercepted from Stones. Only as far as Malang Sarr. Marcos Alonso. Here's Matej Kovacic. Sarr gets it back. I think Chelsea just now reserved in their passing and will be happy to take this goalless into half-time. Thiago Silva into Antonio Rudiger. The half-time whistle has gone at the Etihad, and it is goalless so far, just like it was in the reverse fixture at half-time. At Jack Grealish with a golden opportunity, the best chance of this half by a mile. Kovacic's pass intercepted from De Bruyne, and it falls perfectly into Jack Grealish, right in the centre, drives into the box, one-on-one with Kepa. Kepa with an outstretched left leg managed to save the day for Chelsea. Been under pressure for a lot this half. It's a good combination play for Man City, but Pep Guardiola on the whole be frustrated. Thomas Tuchel will be frustrated with the elements of Chelsea's passing at times. After a fairly bright start, a couple of counter-attacks with attempted link-up play between Hakim Ziyech and Romelu Lukaku, particularly the one from Lukaku towards Ziyech, where Ziyech was in the offside position. But again, that was a dangerous looking pass from Lukaku. That's probably one of the most Chelsea's impressive counter-attacks. They haven't really tested Ederson in this first half. Kepa came up chance when he was tested from Jack Grealish. So all to play for in the second half in this top-of-the-table clash here at the Etihad. It is goalless at half-time.
The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On FlashScore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. FlashScore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On FlashScore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. FlashScore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On FlashScore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. FlashScore. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flashscore, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flashscore, you can also tune in to other commentaries. we regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flash Score, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flash Score, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flash Score, game-changing numbers. The live broadcast of this match will start momentarily. On Flash Score, you can also tune in to other commentaries. We regularly bring you the Premier League, the Champions League, or Europa League, while national team matches are also available. Do you want to look at stats while you wait? Have a look at our match details where you can find lineups, head-to-heads, and a lot of other interesting information. Flash Score, game-changing numbers.
Back here to the Etihad, second half between Manchester City and Chelsea just about to kick off, and Chelsea be pretty pleased with this defensive display in that first half, only really limited Man City to one big chance, and that was from a Chelsea mistake as well. Jack Grealish was through on goal, but Kepa with a brilliant save to keep him out one-on-one. But obviously Thomas Tuchel will be looking for a bit more from his side from attacking threat, as they know they need to get a win to really stay properly in touch with Man City. But a win for Man City pretty much will effectively end Chelsea's title hopes. They'll be opening up a 13-point gap. So all to play for in this second half here at the Etihad. We're back on the way. Man City shooting from right to left. And John Stones and Aymeric Laporte linking up just behind the centre circle in their own half. Here's De Bruyne now, out to João Cancelo. With the outside of his right foot, looks for Jack Grealish, looking to make amends on the left edge of the penalty area as Cancelo in support, but goes back to Rodri, centre of the Chelsea half. Short passes right to Kyle Walker. Now a diagonal short forward pass into Raheem Sterling, doubled up on from Ziyech and Alonso. Sterling back to Bernardo Silva, right centre of Chelsea's half, back out here to Raheem Sterling with Walker close by, and Walker is used. Is Sterling again. Man City just playing patiently here. A minute into the second half, Bernardo Silva plays it into the centre circle to Aymeric Laporte. Comes out that zone now through the centre towards De Bruyne, well set from Kovacic. Here's Kante towards Lukaku, tackled from Laporte, and now De Bruyne gets away from Azpilicueta. Man City on the front foot. De Bruyne, low cross on left hand side with Sterling pushing the back. It missed Foden. Sterling got there at the back post, nothing given from Craig Pawson. Sterling looks at the referee, thinks that's probably the right decision, to be fair. Sterling flung himself at the ball, couldn't get to the already a low, dangerous cross from Kevin De Bruyne. You don't want to let Kevin De Bruyne put in a low, powerful cross in those positions. Otherwise, your defence will be in trouble. Here's Chelsea in possession now, and N'Golo Kante back to his midfield partner, Mateo Kovacic, across to Antonio Rudiger. It says Azpilicueta under pressure from João Cancelo. Now Jack Grealish and Azpilicueta dispossession. Jack Grealish, good tackle. Cancelo, the heavy pass towards Rodri now. And now Kovacic over halfway. Play that through to Lukaku. Big chance from Lukaku. And a big save from Edison. Drops it to Ziyech. Ziyech and a high shot over the bar. And that's Chelsea's first big chance of the match. What a start to the second half. Only 2 minutes in. And it's been end-to-end stuff. Kovacic got Chelsea forward on the counter-attack. Lukaku got in between the two Man City centre-backs. All they had to do was just place it beyond Edison. Great save from Edison with his right hand. It dropped to Ziyech, left the penalty area. He took one touch on the bounce and smashed it over the bar with his left foot. Two big opportunities wasted for Chelsea, but in particular that one with Lukaku. And Lukaku, that's Chelsea's first attempt on goal in the match. Before that Ziyech shot as well. Really disappointing. Especially from Ziyech, I would say, to not even get a shot on target. But Lukaku, the way he was through one-on-one, big moment. And that's another big one-on-one in this match, which is not taken. And Grealish in the first half, of course. And Rodri loses possession, inset from Ziyech. Kovacic now loses out against Rodri, and Foden picks up in space just inside his own half. Plays out to Sterling on the right now. Great ball from Phil Foden, facing up Malang Sarr. Sterling moves it onto his right foot. He's in the penalty area. Still Raheem Sterling cuts back. Sterling now, space put in the cross, looks at Jack Grealish, headed away from Azpilicueta. Touch from Foden, bit heavy though, with his left foot, and cleared away from N'Golo Kante. Now Lukaku trying to shrug off the Stones. Lukaku just keeps alive, plays the outside of his left foot to Hakim Ziyech. Now passing Lukaku back to Ziyech. And in the middle of that passing move was Kovacic as well to back to Lukaku. Lukaku can't find Ziyech though, as he's beaten to the ball by the ferocious pace of Kyle Walker. Plays it back to Edison now. Here's Aymeric Laporte to João Cancelo. João Cancelo's pass, cut out from Cesar Azpilicueta. This is more like it for Chelsea. Inside to Christian Pulisic. He ignores around for N'Golo Kante. Pulisic, will he go himself? Right foot pass into Marcos Alonso. Left of centre, goes for the shot high over the bar. But now Chelsea is starting to have a real bite to their counter-attacks and finally look to get some attempts on goal. That's now 3 in this second half, and we're only 4 minutes in. In the first 45 minutes, they got no attempts on goals. That says it all. De Bruyne, just for Man City, there was that low, dangerous cross for Sterling. And it was actually Sterling against Marcos Alonso, not Malang Sarr. Appeals and possibly been pulled back, but it was not enough to be a penalty on Raheem Sterling just a moment ago. So exciting start to the second half. Still goalless, but some big opportunities, especially for Chelsea. Lukaku being through one-on-one, but see, I mentioned that cross that De Bruyne put in was a dangerous one. And just a moment ago as well, Sterling putting a dangerous-looking delivery, which Chelsea did deal with. Here's Rodri out to Kyle Walker. Now looking to drive into some space as he wrong-footed Ziyech and Alonso, but then Sterling didn't run into that space, and in the end the pass from Walker goes back to a blue shirt. And fantastic play there from Sterling, getting it back off Alonso. Sterling towards Grealish, inset from Silva now. Foden looks for Grealish, headed away from Rudiger, breaks to De Bruyne just from behind the D. Is poked pass, cleared away from Azpilicueta. Desperate defend this from Chelsea. Rodri into João Cancelo, left centre. Now forward to Grealish. Grealish left the penalty area. Jack Grealish forced out of it. And Grealish plays it back down the left-hand channel to Kevin De Bruyne, inside to Rodri. Rodri, ball on his right foot, under pressure from Kovacic. Rodri in between Lukaku and Kovacic, turns and plays it back to John Stones. Down Man City, working this out to the right-hand side. Just over 5 minutes into the second half. Goalless, but it's exciting tempo here at the Etihad. Rodri clips it over the top of Pulisic, too far in front of João Cancelo. Looks frustrated. He wanted a pinpoint ball from Rodri, which is what he always usually expects. It just didn't happen there, though. For Man City and Pep Guardiola. Just doing some complicated looking hand movements. Of course, Man City players training with them every day will be so used to Pep Guardiola's intense movements and will know exactly what he means. Azpilicueta back to Rudiger. Onto the chest of Pulisic. The outside of his right foot lifts that forward to Ziyech. Flick back from Rodri. It's picked up from John Stones in the centre circle inside the Chelsea half. Man City, last 11 Premier League games, they won all of them. Scored 33 goals, only conceded 7. That is a marvellous record there for Man City. Just sensational this season, all without a striker as well. Grealish, left edge of the box, puts in the cross and almost attacking it in the 6-yard box. It's out on the opposite side now. Bernardo Silva looks to play it inside to Rodri. Rodri, first time passing inside his right foot to Kyle Walker. Man City moving it back. Stones just on the edge of the centre circle. Ball still inside the Chelsea half. Stones clips it over, looking to clip over the top of Marcos Alonso. Simple header away for Alonso though. Headed back forward for Bernardo Silva. Walker fighting to keep that one touch of his left foot and on the outstretch of his right foot. Play that towards Foden now. Looks like Kyle Walker's got a free kick when he controlled the ball on his left foot. He was caught late from Mateo Kovacic. Great touch from Kyle Walker. Have a look at it again. The ball just came loose with a dual team. Walker Kovacic after Walker's heavy touch, and Walker just got his foot to the ball and Kovacic caught his left leg late, and that is a free kick to Man City, right of centre. And Kevin De Bruyne, unsurprisingly, lining it up. Although he's in competition with Bernardo Silva, so you never know. But I think the sensible option, obviously, would be to go with Kevin De Bruyne, who is donning the captain's armband. And certainly Kevin De Bruyne turning more into a veteran at Man City as the years go by. As this is his 7th season with the club, it's flown by Kevin De Bruyne. It's going to be him or Bernardo Silva to take his free kick. And of course, it's De Bruyne, and he dinks it towards John Stones. That's a poor decision for Kevin De Bruyne. Really poor free kick, which is something I'm not used to saying. And that was an easy catch there for Kepa, who rolls it to his right to Antonio Rudiger, still inside the penalty area. Now Rudiger's forward pass, too heavy for Christian Pulisic. It's back with the sky blue shirts of Manchester City with Aymeric Laporte. Now John Stones. Still John Stones inside the centre circle, over halfway. To his right to Kyle Walker, just gets to it. Thought it was a loose pass that Alonso was going to get. Now it's Bernardo Silva in control of the ball. Man City taking their time. John Stones again. Bernardo Silva wants it back, and he gets it. Bernardo Silva under pressure from Hakim Ziyech. Bernardo Silva, great balance, turns away from Ziyech. Now Kovacic charging down. Bernardo Silva's ball back to Aymeric Laporte, and he was put under pressure from Christian Pulisic. Good pressing there from Chelsea, forcing Man City back to their central defenders, but they won't mind. They're very used to playing the ball. John Stones and Aymeric Laporte, and John Stones plays a wonderful pass out to João Cancelo on left-hand side. Chests it and plays it inside to Rodri. Now Chelsea backing off, and Man City advance into the Chelsea half. Only just inside it though. Bernardo Silva in the right centre. Here's John Stones now. Still John Stones. Look at what pass he's going to make. Taking his time. Stones plays it over top of Alonso to Kyle Walker. Heads that back to Raheem Sterling, right edge of the box. Raheem Sterling now inside the penalty area. Looks to play it back to De Bruyne. Sterling wrong foot to Malang Sarr and gets from Marcos Alonso. Penalty appeals. Referees are going to give it. He's not. No, the flag is up. And Raheem Sterling will not get a penalty. I'm not sure that was actually an offside. I think it was on Kyle Walker. That's why, yes, Kyle Walker was offside. Because to me, that would have certainly gone to VAR if that was, if Kyle Walker did keep himself on side. Let's have a look at, certainly Marcos Alonso left his trailing right leg in there. Another look at it. And it was it doesn't matter anyway, but if that had not been offside for Kyle Walker, that was clumsy there from Marcos Alonso, leaving his right leg dangling in there. And again, him and Sterling clash knees. I think that might have possibly been given as a penalty. But anyway, offside against Kyle Walker, the build-up to that penalty appeal. And Long ball for Kepa, free kick forwards and headed away from Laporte. Drops to N'Golo Kante though. Here's Marcos Alonso for 10 minutes into the second half, and it's certainly not been short of excitement. Still no deadlock broken. Sterling charging forward, dispossessed from Kovacic. Brilliant tackle there from Mateo Kovacic. Now Kepa clears it towards Malang Sarr. Malang Sarr slipped, and now Man City have it on the right hand side. Could Kepa pay for that pass? And Malang Sarr as well for the slip. Sterling towards De Bruyne. Good tackle one there from N'Golo Kante. Kovacic plays it back to Marcos Alonso. Ball still inside Chelsea penalty area, and De Bruyne blocks Alonso's clearance. Here's Rodri now, right penalty area. Rodri goes to shot block from Malang Sarr, and Man City have a corner kick. That was such poor play from Chelsea in the build-up to that though. I think Kepa should have been more wise as Sarr slipped before Kepa hit that ball, but I think Sarr will still be regretting his slip though, and that's in the end has forced Chelsea to give away a corner as Man City got the ball back, moved it into penalty area, and Rodri's shot blocked from Malang Sarr out for a Man City corner kick for Phil Foden to take on the right side. Foden whips in towards near post. Azpilicueta heads that towards his own goal. Went out of play in the end for another Man City corner, but just thought for that split second, was that going to go to his own net? In the end, you look at the replay, it was actually comfortably out of play. Azpilicueta appealing that he was stood on, but nothing given. So it will be another corner to Manchester City. Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne now side by side. I wonder if it might be a short corner. De Bruyne walking away though, so I don't think Foden is going to use him. Foden does whip it in again, headed away from Azpilicueta, this time more out of play than towards his own goal. And Kante plays that into Hakim Ziyech, loses it just nearby the D against Rodri. Cancelo left centre, dinks it towards Grealish inside penalty area. Header one from Rudiger. Now Silva plays that forward to Ziyech. Back to Rudiger. And clearance away from Kepa, right side of this penalty area. Laporte beats Romelu Lukaku in the air. First time passing Kante towards Azpilicueta is Antonio Rudiger. Back to Kepa. Man City pressing here on the Chelsea goalkeeper, including Phil Foden, but Kepa clears. Cancelo beats Ziyech in the air. Now Rodri just takes that down nicely, delicately plays that inside with his left foot to Bernardo Silva. Back to Kyle Walker. Is Rodri again. Kyle Walker. Really good players from Man City now, working it forwards well. Bernardo Silva driving at Chelsea defence, plays that inside to the right centre towards Phil Foden, just on the edge of the box. Back to Kyle Walker. It's Phil Foden just side by side. Walker now picks out a deep position. Foden's pass intercepted from N'Golo Kante, and away come Chelsea. Again, Kante needs options and has that through Hakim Ziyech. Still Hakim Ziyech, and that's a late challenge there from De Bruyne. Tripped up Hakim Ziyech, and that is a free kick to Chelsea. And a much needed free kick to Chelsea. They need a breather after a real intense start to second half, which included a large spell of Man City fresh in the last few minutes. That's in particularly why they needed that quick breather. Chelsea just to calm things down. Azpilicueta has a free kick and goes back to Antonio Rudiger. Now it's Thiago Silva in space, centre of his own half to Malang Sarr. Now Marcos Alonso chased down for Kyle Walker, back to Malang Sarr. Man City pressing well. They know that's a weak side with Marcos Alonso and Malang Sarr. Raheem Sterling certainly exploited that at times. Here's Kovacic outside his right foot. Good play from Kovacic and Pulisic. And now a long ball for Kovacic, trying to find Lukaku through the middle, but out of his direction. Kovacic hit that towards the left instead nearby the centre where Lukaku was making that run. And it's out Ederson who rolls it into Aymeric Laporte. Here's João Cancelo. Now Laporte slowly moving the ball forward. Short to his right is John Stones. Now finally over halfway to Kyle Walker. Here's Sterling. Has Bernardo Silva inside. Good touch with Bernardo Silva's left foot. Back to Sterling. Here's Kyle Walker. Rodri surrounded by a triangle of Pulisic, Kovacic and Lukaku. Here's Ederson now. Plays that short to Laporte again. Man City don't mind being patient, build from the back. They know they can move forward. They've showed it a lot in this match. And a point, if it is going to be, if it does stay as goalless, then a point won't be the end of the world for Man City. They always want to win games, Man City. But again, I think that a point would do them fine, keeping that 10-point gap on Chelsea. Maybe Liverpool might have a chance to close the gap, but I think Man City, for them, it's just they just won. They don't need to lose. But of course, they want to keep up this winning streak. That's the winning mentality Man City have. And they know if they do get the win, that's a 13-point gap on Chelsea. And heats more pressure on Liverpool when they host Brentford tomorrow afternoon. Alonso gets the ball off Raheem Sterling. Here's Mateo Kovacic. Gives it away to Raheem Sterling. Sterling to Foden. Back towards Sterling, but inset from Malang Sarr. Picked up for Bernardo Silva. Right the penalty area. And Bernardo Silva puts Tense a low cross, but deflect off Thiago Silva into the hands of Kepa. Kovacic lost the possession. Dangerous area. Sterling driving forward, and Foden tries to put it back to Sterling. Good interception from Malang Sarr. And then, in the end, I think it was actually blocked off for Thiago Silva, deflected back off Malang Sarr to Kepa. Malang Sarr's actually had a really good game. There's been times where he has been tested and exploited on a couple of occasions, but overall for the first hour of this match, I think Malang Sarr has certainly coped more than fine on that left-sided defence. Here's Malang Sarr, back to Kepa. Kepa, short right-footed pass back into Sarr. Now plays up beyond Sterling to Kovacic, works out to forward to left-hand side to Alonso, looks for the runner Romelu Lukaku, and in the end, John Stone just pokes that back to Ederson. There's a lovely left-footed ball forward. It will reach Jack Grealish, gets his body across Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger just screams in frustration, but Grealish did really well just to get in front of Antonio Rudiger and win the free kick, and it's quickly taken from Rodri into Jack Grealish. Still Jack Grealish gets that pass. Azpilicueta, as he brought down from N'Golo Kante. He certainly was on the edge of the box, though. Great run there from Jack Grealish. And in fact, let's have a look at it. Yeah, Jack Grealish was just on the edge of the area. Was thinking for a sec, would it maybe go to VAR? But Grealish got in between Azpilicueta and Kante. I think the appeal from Azpilicueta was, though, Grealish was on the way down when Kante hadn't come in yet. But I think Grealish cleverly won that in a sense. But there was contact from N'Golo Kante, so that is a free kick at the same time. Jack Grealish is an expert at winning the free kicks, and there was contact there. He's so intelligent. He knows exactly what to do when he's in full flow, Jack Grealish. He just needs that goal, that real sparkle, that amazing assist, just something to really lift his spirits a bit more. But Jack Grealish has certainly got the character to get over this underwhelming start in the Man City shirt. He's had some good games, to be fair, for Man City as well. It hasn't all been bad. And De Bruyne takes the free kick, pushed away from Kepa. Not a bad attempt at all for Kevin De Bruyne. Kepa was always going to be equal to it, but still, though, De Bruyne got a good spin on it. It was a routine save for Kepa. Pushes it out for a Man City corner, which De Bruyne is going to take the pressure. Building on Chelsea again. They have looked more threatening on the counter-attack in the second half. And De Bruyne, which in the corner, punched away from Kepa, drops towards Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva took that away from him. And Bernardo Silva, even worse, got a heavy touch. And that was really poor communication there to Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. Now Chelsea forward on the left, over halfway with Ziyech to Alonso. The pace of it breaks down, and Bernardo Silva gets back and makes the tackle. Marcos Alonso, after that mistake, really, when take the ball away from Phil Foden, was about to take the shot on the volley from Kepa's punch away. And here's Ederson with a full pass back from Rodri. Put Ederson in trouble for a set. Ederson clears it. Now is Bernardo Silva back to Rodri, takes on the volley and clears it. Sterling trying to hold off Malang Sarr. Sarr gets his helmet. Kante appeals from Foden. That Kante, it hit Kante's hand when Foden hit it against him, but nothing given. Alonso plays it back to Sarr. Here's Thiago Silva, plays that behind Grealish and Foden for Azpilicueta to pick up just inside its own half, head of De Bruyne. Here's Rudiger inside Thiago Silva, being chased down from Phil Foden. Here's Malang Sarr. Now Marcos Alonso, over halfway, good tackle there from Bernardo Silva with his left foot. Bernardo Silva appealing that came off Marcos Alonso last. That will be a throw-in to Chelsea, though, on his left-hand side. Marcos Alonso just taking his time. Now finds Mateo Kovacic. Being followed by De Bruyne. Alonso again, back to Malang Sarr. Here's N'Golo Kante. Sarr looks back to Kepa. Kepa left of his penalty area. Kepa's going to go long with a right foot pass towards, well, I thought towards Romelu Lukaku. Complete bypass him. A simple head away for John Stones in tons of space. But back with Chelsea. Kovacic with a low head into the feet of Marcos Alonso. Here's Malang Sarr. Ball just inside Chelsea's own half. Mateo Kovacic down to the centre circle to Kante. Moves that back to Thiago Silva. Now Chelsea move into into this Man City half and Antonio Rudiger. Kante now picked up from Pulisic with a short pass from Kante. Here's Rudiger. It's a little chipped pass off the ground to Kante. Gets away from Grealish. Now Kante in between Rodri and De Bruyne keeps hold of the ball and plays that to Kovacic, and it's pulled back for a Chelsea free kick for a late challenge on Kevin De Bruyne on N'Golo Kante. 25 minutes of normal time to go in this match. All still to play for. Still goalless. It's tight and nervy around it, the Etihad. And Ziyech takes a free kick for Chelsea towards Marcos Alonso. Flicked back towards the corner flag from Kyle Walker. Alonso's going to keep him in play. Cross deflects off Walker, and that will be a Chelsea corner kick on left-hand side. This is a big chance for the visitors to get the ball into the box. It's going to be Hakim Ziyech trotting out here to that left-hand side to take the corner kick. So could this be an opportunity for Chelsea to break the deadlock? Hakim Ziyech just eyeing up where he maybe wants to hit this corner, in particular what Chelsea had he wants to get it onto. Ziyech whips it in, and it's bounced off. I think Jack Grealish should. Cancelo clears it out the 6-yard area, and there's a clash there between Alonso and Grealish. Alonso quickly had to get across, stop Grealish getting on the counter-attack. Alonso just bounced off his left shoulder. In fact, I think might be pulled back for free kick. So look, Alonso, held the back of Alonso's head, but barged into Jack Grealish. That's a free kick. Deep inside Mancity's half on left-hand side. No, in fact, no, it's actually only given as a throw-in, that's surprisingly. Alonso did barge into Grealish, and Cancelo throws it back to Ederson. Obviously, last touch kick off Marcos Alonso, though. Walker's pass was Foden under pressure. There, Phil Foden plays it back to Rodri. Good pass from Rodri, switch it out to Cancelo. Here's Grealish up against Azpilicueta, back to Cancelo. Now here's Aymeric Laporte. Short pass across. And Laporte, left-footed pass into Cancelo. Kevin De Bruyne. Good play this and Grealish. Grealish backhills it towards De Bruyne. Good tackle there from Antonio Rudiger. And Antonio, I think even Kevin De Bruyne, his appreciation towards that Rudiger, he could certainly look at that as a good tackle. Thrown there and intercepted from N'Golo Kante. And now is Romelu Lukaku. Push there from Rodri, not been given now. Phil Foden, space in the centre, Chelsea's half. Raheem Sterling, right penalty area, goes for a shot, just wide. Big opportunity out for Raheem Sterling. He was appealing that, took the deflection. And I don't think it did. Romelu Lukaku certainly would have felt aggrieved though if that did go in, because he was caught late for Bernardo Silva. Referee didn't spot it. It's play on. Man City collect the ball in the centre of Chelsea's half. Foden out to Sterling. Right penalty area. Dragged his shot between the legs of Malang Sarr. Well wide of the target actually. It was actually more further away than I initially thought it was from Sterling. And Christian Pulisic's afternoon is over. Timo Werner, can he make a difference? Again, it's been an up and down time for him. Everyone knows at Chelsea, but what a moment it would be for him to step up in matches again like this to get a win. Another substitution there for Chelsea as well. So it's a double one. Callum Hudson-Odoi is on for Hakim Ziyech. Hudson-Odoi will be looking to impress Thomas Tuchel. And obviously, there's a big saga where Callum Hudson-Odoi, would he leave? But he stayed with Chelsea for now. And again, like Timo Werner, he's got a point to prove to the manager. Goal kick taken from Kepa, headed away from Laporte. Sterling loses it against Malang Sarr. Here's Kovacic back to Marcos Alonso. Now Thiago Silva. And Malang Sarr plays that back into the feet of Kepa, put under pressure from Phil Foden. And Kepa clears it, head away from Laporte. Good control there from Rodri. Here's Cancelo to De Bruyne now. De Bruyne in space. Now moves into left centre. Away for Kante. What a goal for Kevin De Bruyne! Oh, it's a classic from the Belgian magician. Curled that with the inside of his right foot. He gave Kepa no chance. What a finish from De Bruyne. You don't give him space like that. Brilliant touch. Got away for Kante. And when you're away from N'Golo Kante, you're at the Chelsea back line. And they gave Kevin De Bruyne all the freedom in the centre of their own half. And you just don't give Kevin De Bruyne that sort of space and that vision to take the shot. What a curling shot it was. ball played down the line for Cancelo to De Bruyne, got away for Kante, and the Chelsea defence just backed off, and De Bruyne just behind the D, curled that around Thiago Silva, tried to stay tight, but De Bruyne just curled that to perfection right into the bottom corner. A pinpoint accuracy finish there from Kevin De Bruyne, and just what a fine season he is having. He just gets better and better. When there's ways you can't possibly think they could up his game, Kevin De Bruyne always has an answer. Oh, what a massive goal this could be in the title race. That could well and truly finish off Chelsea. Elation around the Etihad. And devastation in the away end. 20 minutes to go. Can Chelsea get a leveller? Momentum Man City now. Can they double it? Foden to De Bruyne. Chelsea lose it straight away from kick-off. But Malang Sarr sets the pass. Now Foden gets it back for Man City. Bernardo Silva loses it against Malang Sarr. Here's Marcos Alonso, bends it forward into Romelu Lukaku. He keeps himself onside, controls that in the centre circle. And here's Antonio Rudiger, long ball to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, Odoi keeps hold of the ball. Plays that to Marcos Alonso, cross Alonso, Tassel Quetta, plays outside Timo Werner. Blocked from Aymeric Laporte, almost an instant response. All start from Callum Hudson-Odoi. Picking up the ball, playing that back to Marcos Alonso. Dangerous cross fair from Alonso. And Werner certainly got himself in a dangerous position there. It's a good block from Aymeric Laporte. Here's Kyle Walker to Rodri. Under pressure from Mateo Kovacic. Gets it back kills it into Lukaku. Good responses from Chelsea. Now it's N'Golo Kante. Left of centre. Has Callum Hudson-Odoi calling for it and gets it. Hudson-Odoi into Mateo Kovacic. Keeps his balance and gives it to Antonio Rudiger. Azpilicueta now, ball towards Lukaku, headed away from Stones. Good control there on the right foot of Grealish. De Bruyne leaves it. Now interchange of play between Foden and De Bruyne. De Bruyne on the left-hand side, gets away for Thiago Silva. Kevin De Bruyne's having the time of his life here, and his pass cut out from Malang Sarr. Sarr over halfway to Marcos Alonso. Man City just going a little bit defensive just for this passage of play, as Chelsea now look to go forward. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi's cross reached ahead of Timo Werner, but flicked that backwards. Had no dark blue shirts in support. Now, Bruyne's down here. He's holding both of his ankles, actually. Not sure exactly which one's hurt, but he's holding his right ankle. So, obviously, Pep Guardiola will be desperate for it not to be anything serious, as De Bruyne now is in real full flow, and it's his goal that separates the sides. Just got under 20 minutes to go. Hopefully everything should be fine. Kevin De Bruyne, what a marvellous strike it was. It was just excellent placement. Again, Thiago Silva thought he had Kevin De Bruyne in a position he wanted him, stood tight, thought he didn't give De Bruyne enough space, but Kevin De Bruyne just needs to give him the slightest gap. He always finds a way. And again, I think as soon as that was hit, Kepa deep down knew he was beaten. No chance any goalkeeper sees that De Bruyne curling finish, and De Bruyne is set to come back on the field. So it's good to see everything's fine with Kevin De Bruyne. And now can get the play back on the way. Ederson rolls it into Aymeric Laporte. Good ball into Kyle Walker. Walker's long pass. Header back from Malang Sarr. Thiago Silva being chased down for Phil Foden. Here's Antonio Rudiger. Plays that short to N'Golo Kante, back to Kepa. Short pass into Thiago Silva. Now Thiago Silva picks out N'Golo Kante. Here's Antonio Rudiger, bends the right foot ball forward, down that channel towards Timo Werner, headed away though from Aymeric Laporte. So comfortable as well for Laporte, just had that way really on challenge, and Chelsea struggling a little bit to press on Man City. Did have initial good response to that De Bruyne opener. All four from Ederson, out of play though, so Chelsea will not give up on this. They want to take something from this match, show from it. Obviously they'll still want to keep themselves in the run in a pole position to get second place. Obviously Chelsea do go to Brighton on Tuesday, so it's a perfect chance to make a response if they can't get a level in this match. There's 50 minutes to go to get it though. And there's the character in Thomas Tuchel's side not to give up. They came from behind at the Etihad in the lead to win last season. They're more than capable of doing it. Let's see if they can reduce it. Kovacic turns away from De Bruyne. Now there's space to pick out Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger away on this right-hand side. Werner in support. Werner's now used. Werner tracks up with his right foot, plays that forward on the stretch of Cesar Azpilicueta, who can't keep it. And Rodri gets it off him. Bernardo Silva inside the D under pressure there from Marcos Alonso, but Bernardo Silva keeps his cool and plays that now to the left-hand side to João Cancelo. Inside Jack Grealish, back to Cancelo. Great play. 19 Grealish and Cancelo. Cancelo clips the ball, looking for Phil Foden there in the nick of time was Malang Sarr. He's had a really good game, despite, as it stands, being on the losing side, the side that's losing. Certainly, Malang Sarr didn't deserve to be on there. He's had a marvellous game for Chelsea at the back. Here's Hudson-Odoi into Rudiger. Now Chelsea over halfway. Timo Werner on the ball. Back to Cesar Azpilicueta. Good quick play this from Chelsea that haven't really got in a dangerous position though. Man City, unsurprisingly, have had 61% of the possession. 426 passes to Chelsea 262 though. That's a pretty big difference, obviously. And it just shows the two different styles of Pep Guardiola and Thomas Tuchel. Man City have it back. Well, one from João Cancelo. Still deep inside Man City's half though. And Jack Grealish loses the ball against Cesar Azpilicueta. Chelsea have it with Kovacic looking for Lukaku, intercepted from Aymeric Laporte, who's had another marvellous game in the Man City shirt. But the commentator's cursed up there as he lost the ball, heavy touch. Chelsea have it back just inside this Man City half. Rudiger to Kante. Kante in the centre. Plays that out to his right to Cesar Azpilicueta. Kante shot find a right inside position. Links up with Hudson-Odoi. Here's Azpilicueta back to Kante. Good possession is from Chelsea. Kante looking for Werner. Intercepted for Bernardo Silva. Now Man City can counter. Kevin De Bruyne into Phil Foden. Lost his balance though. Just dispossessed in the nick of time. Good right foot tackle there from Thiago Silva. Rudiger plays it back to Kepa. Here's Thiago Silva from Rudiger's Malang Sarr's pass. Now on to team Kante and Kovacic, and under pressure from Bernardo Silva. Kante gets the pass out to Sarr. Here's Lonzo inside to feet of Matej Kovacic, back with Thiago Silva. Now is Antonio Rudiger to N'Golo Kante, still in the centre circle. Chelsea now play it into the Man City half. It's on the right with Cesar Azpilicueta. 12 minutes to go at the Etihad. Man City 1, Chelsea 0. A marvellous curling Kevin De Bruyne finish is separating the sides at the moment. Kante to Azpilicueta, good low ball into 6-yard box from Azpilicueta. Couldn't find Timo Werner or Romelu Lukaku. And in between Werner and Lukaku was Ederson getting low down to get the ball. But Azpilicueta was onside. And it wasn't a bad low ball, but I think it was a routine one at the same time for Ederson. Here's João Cancelo. Good diagonal pass up for Kyle Walker. Under pressure, Marcos Alonso. Walker heads it in front of him to look for Sterling. Malang Sarr trying to get it off Sterling. Sarr gets the tackle. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Looks for Marcos Alonso. Alonso caught late there for Bernardo Silva. And Craig Pawson points for a free kick. Be taken on the right-hand side. And that was, I have to say, Bernardo Silva tried to intercept the ball. And then with his right foot on the follow-through, just caught Marcos Alonso late. And on the left-hand side now, Man City have to get everyone organised, deal with this free kick. Another roll the dice for Chelsea shortly. Their third and final sub, Callum Hudson-Odoi, to whip this free kick in from the left-hand side. Just over 10 minutes to go at the Etihad plus stoppage time in this match. Man City 1, Chelsea 0. Can Chelsea get a leveller to make these last 10 minutes very interesting? They've got a free kick on the left. Callum Hudson-Odoi just wait for Craig Pawson's permission. He blows his whistle. Callum Hudson-Odoi with a low free kick, really disappointing and comfortably cleared up into the air for Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Sterling now to pick it up and plays out the outside of his right foot to Foden. Great bounce of Foden to get away for Kovacic. Good inception there. Sliding on the ground for Thiago Silva. Now is Azpilicueta into Hudson-Odoi. Alonso on the outside, Bernardo Silva to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Puts in a heavy cross. That's another really poor delivery by from Callum Hudson-Odoi, standing right in front of Chelsea fans, and I think you can hear their fury. And Hudson-Odoi knows better than anyone how disappointing of a cross that was from him. High and over the bar. Really slack delivery there from Hudson-Odoi. And Team Burnham's making a good run at the back post. So Mason Mount is on for Marcos Alonso. And Thomas Tuchel now going for it. Again, obviously bringing off defender for an attacker, unsurprisingly, in these last 10 minutes where Chelsea would really love a leveler at least. Here's João Cancelo. Long ball forward after the throw-in. Deep side zone half, it's back with Thiago Silva. Here's Malang Sarr. Antonio Rudiger. Outside of his right foot into Azpilicueta. Back to Rudiger. Chelsea got to keep believing. There's Mateo Kovacic now in the centre circle with Man City's half. Out to his right to Malang Sarr. Kovacic wants it back off Sarr. Sarr taking his time and finds Callum Hudson-Odoi. Here's Thiago Silva on the ball. Quickly played there from Kovacic back to Rudiger. And Man City won't mind forcing Chelsea back. Now short pass from Kepa out to, onto his right to Rudiger. Here's N'Golo Kante. 1-2 is Cesar Azpilicueta. Now over halfway inside there and half. Now advance into the Man City half where Mason Mount clips a long ball